Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back in with this week's update on all the physical releases coming to the Switch, September 18th until the 22nd. Let's take a look at what we got. The Legend of Nayuta Boundless Trails is releasing this week, and I am massively excited to play this one in 20 years when I finally get to play the Legend of Heroes series. This is actually a spin-off and a PSP game from 10 years ago and plays more like an East game. It doesn't have your standard flow either, it has stages and stuff, so they tried something different. I don't know where it fits into the franchise, but it's probably safer to jump into here than anywhere else since it's supposed to be one of the most disconnected, hence why it's most definitely a spin-off. It looks great for a PSP game, and I will probably pre-order this just in time for my retirement. And our executive producers Parsnip Coffee, Robotech and Feig have chosen this as their pick of the week. And if you want to order this or any of the retail releases in this week's episode, then please check the links in the description, especially if you live in North America. VGP is a fantastic way to support this series, plus they have really good prices in favourable Canadian money. It's really, they're good. And they have free shipping worldwide, over 80 Canadian bucks, and that's not that much, it's like 1 or 2 games. And if you purchase anything with our links, you can be in with a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon each week. And this week's winner is Trino T. Congratulations, Trino. You will get an email from VGP very soon if you haven't already with your discount coupon. Thank you ever so much for your support. Gloomhaven is a board game supposed to be mildly popular, but the dudes at Asmodee, as their raison d'etre, they want to make all these board games as video games. It is a market, I suppose, and this looks alright from my massively uninterested eye. It's a tactical RPG with dungeon crawling, and the production value is really commendable. I mean, if you look at other board game, video game adaptations throughout history, they're generally just really on the nose. And you don't want a board game on your nose because they're really difficult to balance. So yeah, they've ran with it and helped your imagination out. So if you dig something like this, go and grab it. And our executive producers JCross7776 and Precision Plague have chosen this as their pick of the week. Pikmin 1 and 2 is releasing this week, a fine little double pack of the first 2 Pikmin games. These have been digital only since the last Nintendo Direct, and the physical arrives just after the latest one. Pikmin 1 and 2 are widely considered to be some of the best GameCube games ever made, even if technically these two also appeared on the Wii, the Wii U, and now the Switch. I think the 3DS feels left out. I remember playing Pikmin 1 quite a lot as a kid just because it was so different and unique. I never played the sequel, although I know it's one of those that people think is either a huge improvement or a step back. It just depends on what you like. But like them you should, because they're together for a really affordable price. Although may I suggest the Japanese version if you're about to make a Play Asia order, because it's like 20 bucks cheaper than the North American one. So yeah, I'll pop links down below for that one too, if you fancy that. And our executive producers Punky Dooster and Vey have chosen this as their pick of the week. Ravensburger Labyrinth is releasing in Europe this week. At least it seems like it according to Amazon France. I didn't know the ravens in France were so hungry. What the hell are they eating a burger for, the greedy gits? Stick to worms, they're less greasy. This is another board game apparently, and look, what did I tell you about being on the nose? This is kind of what I was on about. And our executive producer Brent McLean has chosen this as his pick of the week. You Suck at Parking is probably releasing this week. This one keeps getting pushed back and back for some unknown reason, but I do believe now is the time for it to shine in the West. Japan did get this a few months back, and it's a racing game. It looks a bit like Micro Machines if it was modern and with a twist. You need to park your car at the end. Looks like crazy fun, to be honest. Paperman is releasing in Europe this week. I feel so proud. My little paper boy all grown up to be a paper man. Now get a proper job, alright? You can't support your wife and kids with 50 pence per day. You can barely afford that Snickers bar you like to treat yourself with. This looks like a simple but promising 3D action platformer, something you'd find on the PS2. Maybe a bit ropey in certain areas, but I think it looks quite good. I would wait for reviews first, but I might have to add this to my list. The game isn't out anywhere yet, so there are no first-hand opinions. Also, I haven't seen anything regarding a North American release. If you want to import it to over there, check Play Asia because VGP don't seem to be stocking it. Mon-Yu, defeat monsters and gain strong weapons and armor. You may be defeated, but don't give up, become stronger. I believe there will be a day when the heroes defeat the evil king. Wow, I think I just used up my 30-second slot just from that part. Wow. Of course, when you rock up to GameStop, I demand you read off ever so casually. I'll have your finest copy of Mon-Yu. Defeat monsters, gain strong weapons and armor. You may be defeated, but don't give up. I believe there will be an evil king. Quick. Come on, I don't have all day. This is a first-person dungeon crawler similar to something like Etrian Odyssey, Labyrinth of Refrain, things like that. Sure, why not? It looks great. It looks like my kind of game. And our executive producers Cartoon Soren, Issa, Jennifer M, and God of Resin have chosen this as their pick of the week. House Flipper Pets Edition. Oh man, I've always wanted to flip cats, but I thought it was illegal. Now I can do it in a video game. Can I put them in the recycling bin as well? That would be ace. Apparently this includes the original base game of House Flipper and the Pets DLC. Hopefully on the cartridge, but we'll have to see. Either way, it includes 800 new items to use, 11 new properties to hide dead bodies in, and 13 kinds of dogs, cats, and other domesticated animals like turtles, because we all know how interesting and lively they are. Avatar: The Last Airbender Quest for Balance is the latest attempt to break Avatar fans' hearts. Those guys have it rough, especially when they're so passionate. My wife wishes I could love her as much as Avatar fans love that show, just with less crying and social awkwardness. No, those people at the party aren't really interested in knowing why it's good. We're sure it is, but you don't need to tell us. And this looks mildly crap. I mean, I can appreciate a puzzle adventure game as much as anyone, but this looks really cheaply made with basic animation. I suspect that Avatar fans will buy it anyways out of obligation, and then you'll cry some more. I really wish there could be something good for you guys, just to cling on to. Days of Doom is a tactical RPG, a roguelite, which doesn't seem something that would work too well. You know, tactical battles are hardly known for their speed, but we'll have to see because the game isn't out yet on any platform and there are no reviews hanging about, so it might be great, it might be pants. It's published by Atari, who are kind of on a roll these days. Some may say they're maybe even making a comeback. The art style looks good, and it seems like something would do well with critics, just not me. Bud Spencer and Terence Hill Slaps and Beans 2 is releasing physically this week at retail, which is a bit of a surprise. This is a beat 'em up starring a cult classic film duo. I've never seen any of them, but Germans in particular seem to love them. Then again, they like Mr. Bean, so who can you trust? Mr. Bean's awesome. Does that mean you can't trust me as well? Yeah. It just makes me think, if these guys can get a video game in 2023, why can't something like Stargate, Red Dwarf, I swear, guys, make me a billionaire and the gaming industry wouldn't know what's hit it. Anyways, it looks like a competent looking beat 'em up, and you can probably tell a lot of love and passion was put into it. I mean, no one makes a game like this without loving the source material. It's impossible. And our executive producer Offone has chosen this as his pick of the week. Rainbow High Runway Rush is one occasion where maybe they don't love the source material, but perhaps love the cash it will inevitably rake in from those 8-year-old girls. They're loaded these days. These are based off dolls, which, you know, if the Barbie games are anything to go by, these are gonna be dynamite. No, wait, sorry. You wish they were dynamite so you could blow yourself up. Interesting PR tagline. A quick mention to Death or Treat, which is releasing in North America this week. Europe got this one a couple of weeks ago. It looks good, supposedly not actually very good. Mortal Kombat 1 is also releasing this week. Yes, it's the poor people peasants' time to play. All those rich folk with great expectations, they've been ripping out spinal cords for a week already, but now it's us poor people's turn with our standard editions. Yes, you can eviscerate your friends this week with the poor people version. And apparently the game is on the cartridge. Sure, there will be a download for updates, patches, and DLC, but the base game is apparently already there, which I think is nice of them, maybe. Alright, it's the Low Prince section. Legend of Keepers, Career as a Dungeon Master is Red Out Games' latest Switch release, coming in 3 varieties, 2 of which are exclusive to their website. More on that in a second. This is a roguelite mixed in with dungeon management, which sounds rather fascinating. You have to climb the dungeon-making corporate ladder all the way to the top, all the while stopping those pesky heroes from looting your treasure. A nice role reversal. And best of all, about this physical release, all the DLC is on the cartridge. There is a standard edition available from Red Out Games alongside a deluxe edition, which is the same price, exclusive to their website and comes with a couple of bonus things. And there's also a master edition, which inexplicably comes with a Super Nintendo style box, not something I would associate with this particular game, but whatever, they probably had the template handy. And that comes with some really nice stuff. If you purchase from Red Arc Games, please use the link in the description to support us, and you can get 10% off with our code SWATCH10. If you live in North America, VGP will also carry some, but not all of these. Gravity Circuit is Pixelum's latest Switch release. Yeah, not long ago I talked about the Japanese physical release, which I think some of you have pre-ordered. Well, I theorize Pixelum saw that video, because I know they watch, and thought, oh crap, we better announce it. You know, earlier the better, gives people more options. Now this is a Mega Man-like game that looks pretty awesome, and this is coming from someone who doesn't really like Mega Man games. They've really gone for the look and feel, and even I kind of want to play it. I actually pre-ordered the Japanese version already before this was announced because it was super cheap, but you know, probably this European release more convenient for some of you out there. Plus, Pixel have 2 extra editions. Alongside the standard edition, there is a collector's edition with an art book, soundtrack CD, double soundtrack CD, and card, and there is a super limited deluxe edition, which might be sold out already, and this comes with some vinyl record. I was gonna say vinyl figures, but no, they're vinyl records. Pre-order right now. And our executive producers, Instacritic and Totally Grateful, have chosen this as their pick of the week. Castle Crashers is open for pre-order today, seemingly exclusive on the Behemoth's website, which they've been very incommunicative about, about the details, like, is it open for international customers? Will they sell it elsewhere? We don't know jack. Seriously, I don't know anyone called Jack, but it's available on Behemoth Store at the time of writing this. They don't even have a page set up when I'm making this, so I can't even show you that. It's a bit weird. Seems like they're not 100% prepared for this, but I know a lot of people are super happy about Castle Crashers getting a physical release. I've never played it, but I believe it's one of those super early indie darlings, like way back in the day alongside Braid, things like that. That was an interesting time before 90% of games were indie games. But yeah, I haven't played it, but it's supposed to be great. And our executive producer Boombox has chosen this as his pick of the week. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge Anniversary Edition is Limited Run's first game this week. It's actually going to be a retail release that you can even pre-order right now at VGP. But they have some on their website, and they also have another mini collector's edition on there. It's exclusive to there. This is the same game, but now with the DLC and updates on the cartridge. I know what you're thinking. I would wait, because merge games are involved in this, and merge games have a penchant for releasing a new physical of the same game every year or so with new DLC or updates on it. I mean, just look at the Withered Teat of Dead Cells. They're probably going to do the same with this game. It's almost guaranteed. So if you're the type to want the most complete versions available, just wait until the game is most certainly not getting any more content updates, or the Switch is definitely dead, then you'll be safe. But if you do want it, you can buy from VGP with the links below. That supports us. Plumbers don't wear ties. Oh boy. This is what happens when you have utter contempt for your customers. They're having a good laugh, like, ha ha ha, look at this piece of garbage game, so funny, now give us $35. Limited Run are the comedians, the game is the joke, and you, my friends, with your wallets, you are the punchline. They are using your hard-earned cash to fund their fantasy for ironic, awful games. They've got a semi for this shit, and they are using you. They did it with Bill and Ted. They were going to do it with the clock game until they abandoned it after Nintendo told them to piss off, but here we are. They are massively out of touch and care more about how they can wave their willy around the darkest, smeggiest depths of ironic gaming pop culture. They're probably browsing AVGN right now just looking for their next project. And even if they somehow were allowed to do Superman 64, they would love it. They would not see a problem with that. I understand there may be some curiosity about this game, but it's certainly not worth $35 plus tax and shipping when you could just boot it up on an emulator and realize within 5 minutes there are far more productive and interesting things to do in your life, like cataloging your loose cable drawer, counting how many baked beans are in one tin. I guess I wouldn't mind so much if they printed all the garbage beforehand, using their own money to manufacture their awful idea of a joke. If they want to rub one off on the idea of re-releasing one of the worst games ever made, then fine, let them do it with their own cash, Nero played the fiddle when Rome burned. Limited Run can fiddle with themselves while trying to sell this shit. But no, they still want to use you and your pre-order money to manufacture this joke. That's taking it too far. Of course, this is a big thing for them for some reason, and there are multiple versions available if you enjoy watching Rome and the whole physical game industry burn to the ground. Don't do it, guys. Just don't. Don't be the butt of their joke. Don't let them laugh at you by giving them your money. Here comes Niko. Now, this is a game I missed last week, and it's really weird as to why. Oh, I know why. Boobs. I just got distracted, and yeah, I just put the pen down, started recording, so apologize for that, and apologies to Super Rare Games. I hope this is still in stock by the time it goes out. It looks like an adorable 3D-ish platformer that's quirky, and will occupy your time for a handful of hours. Strangely, as per usual, chosen completely at random, there is a collector's edition available for this one. I never understood their choice of CEs, but they seem to work since most sell out. Anyways, go there now to Super Rare Games, see if you can still order it. Alright, there's no imports this week because Japan is having a rest, I think. But it's the community spotlight. But firstly me, I recently got in Unreal Life. Unreal Life is an import exclusive game. It has English and it's one of the cheapest imports you can actually get right now, at least the standard price. That's why I bought it. I'm all for cheaper physical releases. This is an atmospheric puzzle adventure game as you try to recover the memories of a young girl. Thankfully, unlike some other games of this genre, it is a reasonable and sellable length. I mean, there's nothing wrong with short games, but if it's physical, I think you need some meat to it, and this does. It's a gorgeous, cerebral, it's emotional, and this is obviously the standard edition, but there is a sweet collector's edition that's all shiny and stuff, and I wish I got that one instead, but no, it wasn't as cheap, and I want cheap stuff. So yeah, if you want this, or you want the big one, check the links below, and you can also get 5% off with our discount code SWTV23. Alright, onto you lot. 4Retro6 sent in this photo showing off the recent release of Super Bomberman R2 alongside some limited run releases, which I'm pretty sure they got from Video Games Plus. Yeah, they have stock of most of these still, like Jamestown, that is a great shooter. Get it from there if you missed it. Andrew R sent in this NIS Classic Bonanza. I love it. Kind of wish most of the cartridges didn't have broken games, but hey, let's be thankful for updates. And personally, I have started to order most of these too, thanks to Rhapsody because I love it. Executive producer Cartoon Soren sent in this photo for the long-awaited Contra collection. Been a while in the making, and there's some great artwork there alongside the games, and I still stand by that the Game Boy one is excellent, alright? Executive producer Instacritic sent in this photo, also getting in Unreal Life alongside another recent import exclusive, Toho New World. Not many have bought that, but it really is a decent game. Executive producer Jennifer M sent in this photo with the Japanese premium edition, in fact the only edition, of Moon. Goddamn, one of my favorite games on the Switch, and they recently announced a sequel-ish, or at least a game in the same vibe, which I cannot wait for next year. Micah McFlynn sent in this photo of Chronicles of Two Heroes. Design, it's important guys, okay? This is a European exclusive and is supposed to be a pretty decent action platformer. McLaren picked up the many pieces of Mr. Coup, the collector's edition. And actually in our Discord it was pointed out that there's been some controversy about this game because the actual creator of Mr. Coup was desperate not to release this game because he was unhappy with the quality of it, and especially of the console ports. But his publisher, they basically blocked him and just released it anyways. God damn. Mr. Matt Hobbs sent in this photo showing off a couple of cult classics in my opinion. Disaster Report 4, I love the jank. And Void Terrarium, I love that game as well. I need to play the second one. Executive producer Precision Plague sent in this photo showing off a bunch of games including Hyper Sentinel, which was very recently just sent out by VGNY. You can't see it in this photo, but that Elite Edition has a shiny cover. Shane L sent in this photo showing off some anime RPG goodness. Does anyone know if Symphonia has been fixed yet? I mean, I love that game, but the Switch version left something to be desired. Switchback sent in this photo including Elderand, which I think most retailers spelt incorrectly, like on their websites. There's no L in it. It's not Elderland. It's not a care home, goddammit. Executive producer Vei, my man in Japan, was one of a few to pick up Baton Kaitos. Oh yeah, thanks to everyone who supported us via our Play Asia links. I didn't really push that one too much since I knew it was getting a European release, but many of you chose to support us anyway, so yeah, last week was a good week. I can buy my daughter some ice cream, thank you. Wankle Rotary Engine picked up a bunch of games, Baton Kaitos as well. Closed Nightmare, I always think that one should have English, I mean the name is in English, but sadly, it does not. Alright, let's have a roundup. Manji, Robin H, BVAKG, Blach, Gundam Wing Zero, Needless Dragon, Besto, Elissa, Kreslak, Radio to Rancid, Starvey, Max Ty, Anibal. Alright, please send me pictures on Twitter at SoWhatAboutGame. Please DM me. Do not tag me in a post because I get too many notifications these days, okay? And yeah, you can also send it on our email address, switchwatchspotlight@gmail.com, and our Discord, the server link is below. So yeah, 3 ways to send it. And yeah, thank you for watching. If you watched all the way through, please leave me a flower emoji in honor of Pikmin 1 and 2. Alright, special thanks as always to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, Goddard Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, JCross7776, Punky Dooster, Cartoon Soren, Robotech, Z, Raven Knight, Thorn Metal Luna, Parsnip Coffee, Issa, Vey, Mental Traveler, Offphone, Jennifer M, Instacritic, Precision Play, Kadacha, Ozgolo, Totally Grateful, Alex M, and Fee. Please go check out some of our other stuff. I don't know what we've got, but we've probably got some stuff, right? Yes, go check it out, okay? See you later. Bye.